Okay, we got to turn that off for just a minute. Okay, what do we got here? Our affirmation today is all you need to do is tune in and check in. Tune in and check in. There you go, confirmation. I love LA. Are you tuning in and checking in? And the thumbnail is we're on a direct track to our homestead. Now this says direct trade homestead, but I read it as direct track homestead. So they're just telling you you're on the right track. You're on a straight path. Everything is not a straight path. Everything is all over the place. Earth is a vortex. But you get my what I'm trying to say. We're on a straight path to the highest timeline. We want to stay there. We want to finish this mission. And I want to shout out to my new subscriber, Mark Wilson, I believe it is. And thank you for commenting. And thank you, everybody, for listening, sharing, liking. I don't promote this channel. I feel that it is for whoever's supposed to hear it. I feel like I am just bringing in what we do in Astro, and I'm bringing it into the movie because we're ending this movie, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're ending this movie. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do some cards here. On the bottom of the deck randomly is Toxic Friends. So we got that from yesterday. And I had asked you, why aren't you leaving your toxic friends? And look it's back again today. Why aren't you leaving your toxic friends? Well, I'm not going to harp on it much longer, just like we were talking about addictions for a while. We were talking about jobs for a while. Energy is energy. Right now, it's, this is like a final warning. I do want to mention a song that probably is one of my favorite songs. It's called Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. And if you look at my channel, you'll see I'm a Queensryche fan. But Silent Lucidity is a song that got me through some of the darkest hours of my life back when I lived in Florida. I'm going to guess the year was 1990. No. Yeah, 85 to 90 in those areas. I don't know exactly what year it was. You'll have to see when Queensryche wrote Silent Lucidity. But if you can look at the lyrics, I'm going to do a short later with it and put the lyrics on Twitter, etc. The lyrics are awesome, especially the part in the song where you can't really hear what he's saying. But if you read the lyrics, it's really awesome. And Silent Lucidity, I'll be watching over you. We are being watched over everywhere. Okay, so we've got talk to your spirit guides, your ancestors, and your angels, right? Okay, so this whole theme right now is the energy of homestead. We want to go home. Home is different for all of us. Some of us, it's a spaceship. Some of us, it's Pleiades. Some of us, it is Earth, okay? Wherever your home is, where you originated from, that's where you're going to go back to. And then you might leave again and go on other missions, but everybody's like going to return home. And the evil is going to go to their new Earth, 3D AI Earth, and the real evil ones, the clones, the soulless, they will be disintegrated. Okay? Now, there's different universes too. So some people will go to different universes too. I don't want to get into all that, but what I do want to tell you about is that we want to focus on going home. If I told you, okay, everybody, class is going to be up, school is out, it's time to go home. If I told you Earth school's over and it's time to go home, you would be getting ready to go home. Okay, that's the kind of energy that's going on right now. It's this energy of I want to go home, but we still haven't finished. We still totally haven't finished. Okay, so I see a comment that says no more closer to 2030 than the 90s. And yeah, because time doesn't exist. It's an earthly thing. If you watch my regression on the video, it's a time band. I'm a timeline jumper and time does not exist. So it's the same as if we're listening to Queensryche in the 90s or if we're listening to them today. Nothing's changed. We're actually in the same exact energy, the same exact sphere, the same exact assignment. Everything's still the same. It's still rolling around, right? Sure, circumstances have changed. The Matrix has done a lot of different things since the 90s, but think of life as no time. Think of everything's happening on every level, every dimension, all at once. You might want to watch some Doctor Strange movies from Marvel. Okay, so talk to your spirit guides, watch Marvel movies, focus on home. If you don't know where your home is, get a regression. Find out where home is. I have a lot of homes. I'm a master teacher. I teach on series A and C, and you can check out my regression and find out more. Okay, so we have messages through words, dreams, and visions. So again, you see where the energy is. It's all about the third eye. It's all about astro. It's all about your thoughts, your words, your visions. This is exactly what the energy is right now. Don't get stuck in the matrix. Pray more. Again, all three of these cards. Now, this is on the top of the deck. This is telling you what to do to obtain this. Talking to your ancestors more. Receiving your visions. Pray more. Okay, and what else is on top? A new home. So, see how everything's based on home? And this card may mean a physical home for the end of the movie, and then you go to your planetary home. It may mean that we just get to go to our planetary home now and skip a physical new home. I've been getting a lot of downloads lately, and they don't want me to get a castle. They don't want me to get an animal sanctuary. They want me to do my animal sanctuary right now where I'm at, what I'm doing now with all the animals, okay? So that's cool with me. I'll skip getting a new home, a castle. I'll skip it. I'll go straight to my spaceship. I'll go straight to my planetary home. But if not, if they want me to get a castle and an animal sanctuary, I will. Now, who is they? My spirit guides, my ancestors, my angels, my soul contract, the one I wrote. Nobody wrote it but me. They just don't let me see it while I'm standing here right now. They don't let me see it because if I knew everything, I'd be the oracle on the hill. We'll leave that to Steve. Success, abundance, and stability. So we want to focus on home, wherever home is, and we want to focus on mostly stability, okay? Success and abundance actually come automatically when you're stable. And then we're back to toxic workspace. So now they're saying it's not only toxic friends, but it's toxic workspace. So now they're narrowing it down. Friends and work, but they're saying mostly work. Time to leave that job. Time to leave those friends. Anything toxic. What's toxic in your life? I have nothing toxic in my life. I have gotten rid of everything. There's deception, there's betrayals, and there's liars in your workspace. And it's causing you not to be stable, not to be successful, and not to be abundant. Okay? So we're leaving that right there because that totally repeated itself. Now we're going to pick a few of these cards with the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom, which is just saying abundance, success, and stability again. So that's just leading off from why aren't you getting your success? Because you're in a toxic workplace with toxic friends. And as I said yesterday, why aren't you leaving toxic situations and friends? I've left everybody. I am so focused. Okay. Six of Hearts, which is the Six of Cups, which is what I just said. Nostalgia. I have left all the past behind, which is the Eight of Cups. The Six of Cups is more like the memory of it. Have you left the memory of it too? Because if you're sitting there with a new assignment, but living in the old ideas, that's not good either. You can't be sitting there mourning your lost husband or your lost family members or your lost friends. That's not going to get you to the future. Six of Cups, nostalgia. It's leaving you in a Four of Swords, which means you need to heal. If any of you are feeling that way, you're feeling nostalgic, then you have work to do. I do not feel any nostalgia. I have no regrets, no resentments, only lessons learned. 13 on the clock. Eight of Cups, just what I said, was on the top of the deck. So we've got this nostalgia. Eight of Cups is walking away from the past. And the Four of Swords was Four of Spades. Four of Swords is the healing. So if you have not walked away from the past, you're probably still with toxic friends and toxic job. But it's like black and white right now. It's like black and red right now. You see how my words keep sticking? I keep having to recorrect the way I'm talking. It's like I'm not really here. It's like I'm telepathically talking, but I've got to find words to tell you. Okay, so it's like black and red right now. Some of you are doing it correctly. You're healed. You've walked away from the past. You feel good. You have no resentments. It's like lessons learned, okay? The other side, if you're on the other side, it's like you're still with toxic friends, you're still at a toxic job, you're still reminiscing about the past, you wish it could have been, you're thinking, you're wondering. It's just one big rat wheel is what I'm hearing, a rat wheel. It's hard to talk. Okay, so we want to go towards our 10 of Pentacles. Okay, that was on the bottom of the deck. That's underneath the nostalgia. We want to leave the past behind and go for our 10 of Pentacles. And we have to be courageous and daring to do. For those of you that have done what you're supposed to do, This is awesome. We feel home. We feel like we're on the right track. We're ready to go. We're just raring. Like me right now, I'm just ready to do cartwheels. The other half of you are feeling fear, anger, depression, anxiety. Two of Cups, top of the deck, soul contract. Once you leave the past, you'll finish your soul contract. Right now, see that space between the two cards? You're stuck there. You got one foot in the past, one foot in your soul contract, and you're pissing in the middle. Okay? So what do we want to do about this? Okay, let's go ahead and get another deck. Well, St. Michael will tell us a little bit. He says explore your options randomly at the bottom of the deck. Okay. He doesn't even want me to shuffle, so he's saying explore your options. Yep, and look at the bottom of the deck. Explore your options. There's so many jobs out there. What I heard earlier too is if you can think of what made you really happy, like you like to bake, you like to work on cars, you like to ride horses. I'm hearing all kinds of fun stuff. That is your job. You like music, you like to talk on the radio. He says those are your jobs. Okay, so it says prayer will help the situation, and we got that earlier. Pray more. Top of the deck, we got explore your options. Again, that's like 3 times, and yesterday, explore your options. That's going to get you out of that toxic situation. And the 3 cards that wanted to come out were spend more time outdoors. So maybe it's an outside job. Maybe it's just spend more time outdoors for the answer. You've done nothing wrong. You're innocent, especially if you're watching this station. I'm sure you're very innocent, but if you're feeling guilt, see those angel wings? That's what we are. We're earth angels. But the devil would like us to be in guilt and shame over our past, over our mistakes, over the matrix. See, when the matrix had a hold of us, we might have done things that you're not too happy that you done. Well, you know what? Those days are over. Put your wings back on. Our wings were stripped. Our powers were stripped. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Goes right along with explore your options, and it goes right along with innocence, and it goes right along with pray more. That is so cool. St. Michael's telling you. He is just awesome, isn't he? Okay, we'll do a couple more here yet. We've got transition on the bottom of the deck. We want to be like the butterfly, not the stuck in the cocoon like the caterpillar. Okay? Cards don't want to shuffle today. They want to just stay right where they're at. So that's okay. We've got release. What are we releasing? Everything toxic. It's coming right back again. So we're just repeating the same message. So we'll just go ahead and we want some good news. That's a Shabuzi song. We want some news, some good news. And you might have to do a little bit of solitude to do what St. Michael said. Out in nature, praying, releasing, solitude, and healing and health. Healing and health. So it's all about you. Which side were you on? Are you on that toxic friend side where you still have the toxic job, you still have the toxic friends? Oh, I wish I could be out of that stage. I wish I could be where Miss Mystic is, Well, you can. But you know what? Everything takes work. And it's not always easy. Okay, we're going to say the affirmation one more time. All you need to do is tune in and check in. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.